Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Tina. I am very happy to share today's project with you. It's a part of a card idea that I had that I'm hoping is going to be fabulous. So I have easily over 300 card sketches, and they're all in different books. They're all spread out. They're in different things, but what I would really like to do is kind of get them boiled down to a smaller resource, because I really do believe that they are a resource. So what I'm planning on doing is taking all of my card sketches that I have, putting them all into Design Space, creating Design Space files for them, noting all of the measurements, and then making those one-page printable PDFs. And I think that will really help me downsize a good bit of what I have. So this is kind of the start of that. It's something that I've been thinking about for a while now, and it works so perfectly in using up our stash. All right, so I have the original inspiration is from an old Close to My Heart workshop right here. And what I loved about this one is you get to do some background, you get to do some stamping and all of that. It's already there for you, even though we can always do that on our cards. So I went ahead and I made it a couple times with Lucky Cat. If you've been checking out here on the YouTube channel, you know that I did 8 pages with this Lucky Cat. Here's another one. This one's really cute. This one actually says thank you in Mandarin. This is a thank you for my son's girlfriend, Chloe. She picked me up this when she was recently in Asia. It's gorgeous. Look at that. It's even a ruler, but, you know, metric, right? I'm going to learn. Okay, so I want to destash the rest of the scraps of paper. I have taken out the last supplies I need for my final project with this. It's a day at the zoo. Yeah, a day at the zoo. Now I got with this these cutaways where you don't have to color them, but I also have the stamp and thin cut set, which I will be keeping. I went through my scraps and I cut out 4 4¼ by 5½ inch pieces. I'm just going to make all of these at the same time. And then I was also able to get 4 by 5¼ and then these are 1/4 inch smaller, so 3 3/4 by 5. But something that I like to do every once in a while is do mix match mats in the back. It's a great way to add some more to your papers. So what I thought I would do is take a look at what I had here and see if I could just stretch one more card, and I could. So I have this piece right here. What I'm looking for is to see. I had one that I thought was a little bit longer. I need to hit that 5½ mark. So there it is. Let's see what it is across. Okay, so see, this one is 4, but I have that 5½. I'm going to do the 5½. I'm going to do 2 1/8 for this one. 2 1/8, just to show you some variety in how you can work these. And here's another one. I have this one. So you can tell these are the ones that I had the most left over. So 5½, 2 1/8. And that is going to equal my 5½, my 4¼ by 5½. Okay. All right. And then, so I have this other large piece right here. This one needs to be 4 by 5¼ We're going to do 4 because I'm going to want a little bit of this blue for our solid circle. I like this circle in a solid. I hope that wasn't too fast, y'all. Okay, here we go. And I already have bits that I know I'm throwing away, which is so awesome. And then I did grab this one out of my scrap because I knew I was going to get this out of it. Always love my white scraps by 5. 3 3/4 by 5. Okay. So what I really liked about this particular card is it's 3 2-inch punches, or 4 2-inch circles and 1 1½. That's it. Because I'm going to line all these up and do them at the same time, it means that I'm going to be able to just use the same stamp. 4 cards of something, nothing, right? But what I like about this one is you make them whatever you want. So if you want thank you, they're thank you. If you want have a great day, have a great day. If you want I'm wild about you, it's I'm wild about you. All right, so I know I'm going to want my solid blue in the front there. So I'm going to just go ahead and I'm 4 right off the bat. And these are all scraps, so by the time we get to this point, we're kind of done with them. But I think all of these card sketches are also going to do well to stand on their own. Anything that is too small now, I'm going to allow myself to get rid of, so it's going off to the side. All right, I'm going to try to see if I can line any of these up and get an animal on them. Okay, whoops. That was close, y'all. All right, see if I can get some animals on them. So this one here, I have like a little monkey right there. That might be the best I can do over here. This one's a really good one right here. Okay, that's going to be my least favorite. Let's flip it around. See this one here? Look, I can get these two in. See that? All right, I'm going to get another one right next to it. But I need 4 of everything if I want to keep them. Look at this. Too small, but you could decorate the inside, so it goes off to the side. We don't even have to look at it anymore. Too small, can decorate the inside. Off to the side. There we go. Let's get some off of this one. Oh, I want to call it a water buffalo. Where's my Larry Boy people? If you know what Larry Boy is, you have to comment if you know what Larry Boy is. I'm dying to know if you've never heard of Veggie Tales. Got 2 out of that one, just because I was being a little choosy. Okay, so for this one, I have some green, but I have a lot of this. So let's get through this, and I have to watch the edge because I cut frames out of this. So I don't want that stitching to just be on a little part. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. It's just gone right into my trash pile. I'm just cutting directly into my trash pile off camera. Okay, and now even I can get 2 nice ones on this side. So I want to have 4 piles when I'm done. That's basically what I want. I had 1 more here that I thought was a frame cut. I just want to make sure I don't grab that one. 2. Get 2 more. I mean, I'm sure there's more you can do with this. You can get an inch off of here and an inch off of there. That is not where I want to be right now in my crafting. Giraffe. My goal is to just make sure I can get 4 of these. Am I doing 5 cards now? I think I'm doing 5 cards now. We're going back. Okay, hold on. We're going back. I'm doing 5 now. There's an extra one for you. Let's see if I might need to phase in an extra one over there. Okay, let's see. We have 2. Okay. Two there. I have another piece down in here. Look at the gift I just got. There's my other piece. Oh, it's Sassy. Sassy Zebra. Let me get one out of that. Okay. I love this punch. It is nice, and I've been using it for many, many years. Okay, I got another one. I'm just putting that one off to the side. Okay. Making sure I remember where I am. There we go. 5 of those. So right now I have 3 of my piles, and I need 4 of those piles. I feel like that's going to be our jam here, little birdies. And I have a lot of this paper, so why wouldn't I? See if I can get the very edge of this guy. Here, 2, 3. This is the one that has that stitching on it. I'm going to cut it off. I used a close to my heart rectangle frames, and it gives you an inside piece and an outside piece. And I only needed the frame. So I really want this one in the center because it reminds me of the movie Rio. Look, it's got a Rio vibe when they're dancing. All right. Say that's 4, and I could have got 2 out of that if I wasn't being too picky. But look at all that I still have. I can afford to be picky right now because I have all of that. So I can afford to say, you know, I want to try to get a little bird, or I want to try to do this. But I feel like I'm pretty close to using this paper up really well. I wonder if I can get in close enough without trimming this. Let's see. Yep. Although, I just want to make sure I don't use that same. Okay, and look, this is what I have left. This is it. So I have some pieces. Let's remove the solids. I save a lot of my solids. Here we go. I mean, sure, could I get a little something, something? Yeah, and if I don't like what I'm doing, I have these green. This green here that I can fill in if I end up with a color combo I don't like, but that's successful to me. Okay, so now we have all of our circles Let's get these over here. All right, all of our circles, right? There they are. Circle, 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 circles, right? And I know I have a glare here. I have a new glass mat, and I need to move one of my lights. So I'm going to give you guys, maybe put this right here. Okay, there we go. Till I get that moved. We have another project going on right now, but I am aware, checking on it, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to grab my white mats. To do a little bit of stamping, I'm going to use some Close to My Heart jade. And I'm going to use some paprika. All right, so basically a green and an orange, but like a burnt orange. Okay, something like that. All right. And I'm using this Hawaii 2022 stamp set. This is the scrapbook that I am finishing while I'm away. All right, on my annual trip. And I'm going to grab this leaf here. We just need a little. We just need a little something, something. All right, let's grab that one. And any stamp. So any stamp you have. I liked this stamp for the tropical kind of vibe leaves because that's what was in this collection. Here's a little plant. I feel like I might bring one more color in here, maybe a yellow for this flower. Here we go. I'm going to bring in a yellow for this little flower. Maybe some yellow. So like a Sundance maybe, or it's a little brighter than a Sundance. Let's see. Pull this in. I think it's definitely lighter, but I'm going to go with the Sundance. It has a little more of a goldy yellow. If not, I might mix. All right. I'm going to put my stuff off to the side so I can get these on and off really quickly. Let me grab my sticky mat. Okay. Okay. And what I want to do is I'm not going to use my Misty for this. I'm just going to guess where it's all going to be. Okay. There we go. I'm going to have my little piles and we're going to go boom, boom, boom. Could have moved my sticky mat down just a little bit closer to me, but they're going to just fit. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring my piece in. I'm not worried about if I get anything on the back. And where those circles were, see, I have that idea right there. It's kind of like right behind. So if you want to put this, if you want to have a visual in front of you, I'll make sure that I include some visuals on the printables that we're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to go right here. Okay, I'm going to go right here. And some of these might end up being covered up. There we go. And I might end up seeing nothing. That's okay. I have this one here, which is just like a different little kind of leaf. And I thought if I just use the top of those, that might be a little bit cool. There we go. And the more you do them, the easier like it'll be. And I'm okay, like I said, if it's all covered up. All right, so we're gonna do a couple of these little flowers. I'm gonna go just like this. One there, and then right into that yellow. And I'm letting them be stamped on top of each other too here. There we go. That's it. I'm going to count that as done. All right. And say maybe I got close. Not overthinking it. Maybe I got close. All right. There we go. Put that aside. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I may fast forward the video, or let's put this here in front of me. I may fast forward the video, or you can fast forward the video, the power of technology. But let's just see how fast I can whip these out. There we go. You could always put one together to make sure that you think you have it, where you might want it to be as well. I'm going to make sure that I put them in different places so that each one might be a little different. And that way, if I have one a little off, I'm good. This one here, I went even lower because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, hey, maybe that might end a little lower. Okay. Go this way too. Oh, that's a yellow. That's okay. That's why I normally do one color. Okay. This is a really pretty color combination. Jade, the Sundance, and the paprika. I like that. I like that a lot. I might have to use that a little bit more on some other stuff. I love color combinations. I could have put two of these next to each other on this mat as well, and then had, done two. That probably would have worked. There we go. Okay. Pop it in with those flowers. I give that one an extra one because I can. There we go. Making little changes as I go, just doing different things. I like that this is a small amount of background stamping, but I like that it has the whole concept is to use something that's already in your supplies. You can. Another thing you can do is, I always think this is just such good advice because it works for me, but maybe it's not great advice. I always say that you're never more excited than when you have something new as a crafter, but that doesn't mean that it all has to be new. So if you are excited when you have a new product, a great way to stay excited about it is to add one new thing and then everything else out of your stash. So for example, if you're a paper piecer, maybe it's a new die. I said that because I have a new one next to me. If you are a stamper, maybe it's a new stamp, but it's all new papers. It's kind of like, or it's a new stamp, but it's all old papers, kind of like that. All right. So what I want to do is I want to line these all up at the same time. And another thing that I want to mention is when you're destashing and you're doing this, something that can happen is you can start to accumulate too much stuff and it takes up a lot of space. If you are a card maker, something that you can do to cut down on that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I had to count. Something you can do to cut down on that is, in fact, don't put these on card bases. I know many of you have probably already heard about that, but just don't put them on card bases. Keep your card fronts. Anytime you have a 4, whatever your base piece is, build everything on this. And then don't put it on your card base until you need it. It's also a great money saving tip, not just a space saving tip. It's also a great money saving tip. Okay. Let's get the big one out. And, whatever your space permits, if you can do 3 at a time, you can do 3 at a time. I think I'm like just off camera, probably on my marker over there. I could actually, across my glass mat, get about 3 more if I put them closer together. But, work with however many you're comfortable with. Okay, so now I have my pieces, and the only thing that I want to make sure is the blue one gets on one of these ones with the leaves. So I'm going to put that one on first. There we go. Ta-da. Okay, and now I have the 2 pieces that are going to make up the one mat. I'm going to do that one next. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stone. This is rock, and I'm just going to line it up so there's 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Touch it. If it looks good, I'm going to let it go. If not, I'm just going to kind of peel it. It's aight. Okay, and then I like to match up the other side by doing it this way instead of touching it on the other side. And there we go. See, I'm a little heavy on this side, but check it out. See, it just gives a different look. Okay, there we go. We'll put the black one on. And just moving right along. Okay. So we're making 5 cards. All right. Yeah, I leave this on my paper. If I have the paper that has the UPC on it, I leave that on my paper because you can't see it from the other side, and it gives me an extra. It's like 3/8 of an inch or something like that. Maybe it's about 1/2. I don't know, but yeah, I'll leave that right on my paper and use it. I often will cut that little strip off and throw them in my basket, and then I use those for to stack behind my sentiments and stuff when I want to add a little dimension. I already like this. This is a really nice stamp. Look at our stamping. Isn't that pretty? I really like that. Okay. A great way to whip up some cards, clean up your room, be creative. Maybe I am looking for fast creative projects right now because I have my organization and I'm down to the wire. I am recording this video prior to leaving, but it probably won't drop here on YouTube until I am gone. I know it won't. And this will be totally crazy. Okay, the little overage is okay. I don't love it, but it's okay. All right, let's arrange how we're going to want these now. So it's 4 circles. Okay. I hid my own samples from myself, guys. That's what happened just in that little move. So we're going to go ahead and put them out. I had 2 samples. There they are. They're just on their side. You can see here. All right, so here's 2, just to give you guys an idea. Added some extras, and then what I have is this little tray of goodness. I should have put all of these on foam tape. All right, so I want to organize these, and I definitely want to use this toucan on some of these cards because it's what I used the least. He's just like, yes, right? Got a Zazu vibe too. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to kind of set out how I would like my pieces, right? I'm thinking the leaf one maybe covered up the most. I like the giraffe, and then there's the bird, but if I put the bird at the bottom, which is where I'm going to put these, kind of similar to this probably, I'm thinking, right there, except replace that with one of these little jungle animals. I may not love the bird in that location, so just filling this in. I'm thinking like this. Okay, and then the blue will go on top right here. And even though that's like a blue on a blue, it is a little dark at the bottom though, isn't it? Okay, so let's leave that one there and let's do another one. This little cutie guy there, and we'll do the giraffe here. Nope, this one here. And then this one and this one. Okay. I feel like they're all going to be okay, whichever they do. I'm kind of, yep, let's go for it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, you guessed it, I'm going to line them up. I'm going to keep this one kind of out, I think, because I'm going to put all of them together the same way. And leave that one out maybe. Who knows? Okay, let's go ahead. So after I have one, I'm going with this one here. Going with that one there. All right, so you know, put out what you like. I'm not sure how I ended up flipping a set of these, but I definitely flipped a set. I was already ready, so I flipped it. Okay, so I have my circles. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my first circle. Here's my 1. And what I would normally do is put the 1 down. So let's just go ahead and put the 1 down. So we're going to go and put this down just like this. Let me grab a small one. I don't bring Seymour in here for all of that. Okay. This one's going to go. See, I could have went further because I'm not going to see a lot of that stamping where it is right there. You know, so I can always go back in and add one after. Okay, and then this is actually supposed to be under that. So this will be my first one. So don't press down. There it is. This one goes on next. Yeah, definitely could have went further out on my stamping. And then this one. That's the side I wanted. Do I have another giraffe piece? Let me just check, guys. It might be quicker if I just see if I have another giraffe that I can get a 2-inch out of. I don't know that I did. I see a piece. There it is. I was like, I have a piece hiding from me. Let's, instead of taking that off, let's just grab another one. All right. There we go. That one needs to go down further. Okay. This one goes here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I want to add some more of those flowers that are coming closer out to the edges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and restamp some of those flowers, and then I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I did a little bit of extra work in addition. I did my extra stamping, and I went ahead and I just put my circles down kind of similar to what they were, and I figured that would be good. And I added foam tape to all these pieces because need to get that foam tape done. Y'all know how slow I am. All right, so I've chosen these sentiments. This says happy birthday from the whole zoo. I thought these would be super cute. Like even if I gifted these to somebody, and I'm going to use those in the same spot. And then I had a couple of these leaves. I'm not going to cut any more. This is what I had, so I'm going to add those. I'm going to go ahead and put these final pieces down while I talk about the sketch and some ideas that that I thought that I would have. So I love the stamping on this, that background stamping, because I feel like it just gives us more value out of the purchases that we already have. I'm going to show these as I finish each one. I'm going to put my sentiments kind of in different places. So I really like that. The other thing that I liked about this is the pattern piece that's in the back. That's that 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece. I felt like that was all good things. I could see some splatter in this. I could see doing some different things to this and jazzing them up a little. I'm actually looking for one of my larger journaling pens. Something else you could do with that spotted. I have that spotted black paper. You know, it doesn't always have to be a stamp. I'm going to just, so this is a great way to just kind of fill in a little bit. I'm just using 3s, but you can also do 5s. Here you go. Let me show you these little black dots. See how I added those little black dots to it? That's something I love to do all the time, right here. So maybe if you need to extend something a little bit, there you go. You can do that. All right, let me pick up my little toucan here. And then for some bling on this guy here, and then I'm going to go through the rest. Let's see what I have. This is a great time for me to use up some of my yellow-orange bling that I have. I have been working my way through this. I FOMO'd, right? Gosh, it's all I have to say is FOMO. And it's one of those things. I was so worried about enamel. It never occurred to me that there was tons of all of it, right? I had been in the close to my heart world for so long that I did not even stop to think. I like the smaller one better. I did not even stop to think what else was out there because I was a little too worried about what I was going to be missing. I'm just going to add some random stars and circles and whatnot to this. Okay. Not too many. There we go. And however it works out. I'm going to do 3 because I like the 3. I feel like that's going to work. There we go. And you can put the bling in all different places. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put these down and do that. Okay, so in addition to getting to use your stamps, another thing that this does is it destashes in a way that isn't time consuming. We have no Cricut files here. We have no thin cuts. These are punches. Now I believe punches are clunky and they're, you know, like a one-time thing, but I do have circles, obviously. I have just some like general stuff or general shapes. And then I have some special ones. And I have to say, I almost never use my special punches. I always go back to my circles, my stars, my hearts. Yeah, I've even just destashed. I'll get a video up after we get this next little improvements to my office and whatnot done. But yeah, I will, I'll show you. I destashed a ton of my punches and I just wanted more space. Oh, I should have put that on first. Let's see if I can pry this off. It is textured paper. We'll see if it's going to let me go. Oh, no, that's on there. Too good. So the lion is shorter. I'm going to just switch. I'm going to switch these two and put the lion down here because I should have put the zebra on first because he's a little high. Okay. Okay, and then what you can do is mix your papers with this. It's only circles. So for example, if you have a brown piece of paper that's just polka dotted, for example, and the color is in your paper pack, mix it. I would love to have something up here like I did with these. See how I had that little fan piece? I would love to have a little something extra up there, but I don't. Could I add it? Sure. Am I going to? Probably not. All right, it's that missing leaf. I can go back and add a little leaf. I can do that. I have lots of those leaves. I just didn't have any more cut out. Okay. See, he's a little higher. Could even do it on an angle if you wanted to. I think I'm going to swap this out for the I'm Wild About You. There's a smaller sentiment that says I'm wild about you. This is super cute. Oh, I have one cut out. Maybe I will leave this for George when I go away. Something a little. There you go. Okay, he'll be fine. He got his truck back. Those of you who don't know the story of George's truck, let me know. My husband loves his truck. He has the last year of a truck that they're no longer making. I don't even want to think about how long he's going to make sure he gets to keep it. So yeah, it was like you're getting your girlfriend back a while ago. So it was pretty funny. But yeah, he actually just went to pick it up with Jacob. So I'm getting this video in. Okay, here we go. My sassy zebra. That zebra is sassy. There we go. Okay, just about done. I really like those black dots with the pen. And I like the addition of the leaf, so I'm probably going to cut out some more of these leaves and add those. Now, I do have the Stampin' Thin cut, so that's something I could do, but I will probably stick with all these pre-colored. All right, I really like these dots, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to stick with the 3. That one looks good. And I haven't put any of these on card bases. They're all just card fronts. Okay, I'm going to go in and I'm adding just a couple of 2s on these dots. There we go. There's another one. Sometimes you need a little more, sometimes you need a little less. Oh, I must have missed a piece of foam tape because he looks like he's kicking his foot in there. There we go. I used to draw these dots and doodle lines, the little hand-drawn lines. I was on an angle. Anytime you do the dots, a tip like this one, I was on an angle. Let me show you. See how that one right there? It's because when you're making the dots, you want to hold your pen as straight up and down as possible, and I got lazy. So yeah, if you hold it straight up and down, that's best. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Look at this, our 5 cards. Now I'm going to add a couple of leaves. I think I really feel like if you look at the ones with the leaf, okay, let's do these 2 because I feel like that leaf just gives it a little bit more. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to add the leaves, and then I'm going to add the bling on these. I hope you guys like this idea. This was a long video, but let's keep in mind, we did make 5 cards. So really good. So I have those first 2 versions with the Lucky Cat that I'm working through. I'm done this. A day at the zoo. I got 5 really cute cards. Okay, ideas for this. 1, keep merging your papers. Move your papers again and again and again. Perfect example, if I wanted to keep this, I would say, do I have anything that goes with this? This is a little more specific. And if you don't, another thing you could do is do your sentiments on the inside of your card. You know, do whatever you're going to put on the inside of your card. You can use them to mat. You can also use them to just decorate down the side with pieces. Oh, one of my favorite things to do is to cut thin strips like this and just do this and put it on your envelopes or underneath your, you know, in your cards, anything like that. Just use up those extra little pieces of paper, throw it at it, and then be done. You can gift these. You know, obviously you're going to want to put those on cards, but these would make such cute gifts. And if you're making 5, it's real easy. You make a little card folder. Happy to share that file. I've shared it multiple times. And I also have the manual measurements, but you put one of them on the front of the folder and you put the 4 cards and 4 envelopes on the inside, and you could gift someone a little set, which is originally what I started with when I did this zoo collection. I started with a collection of cards and they were a lot of fun, but these might be my favorite. Yep, these might be my favorite. Thank you guys so much for letting me share a little bit of crafty time with you. I'm going to finish these up, and I'll make sure that the picture that's put in the thumbnail for the video that I show the final versions. If you found this video useful, if you like the idea of having these printable card things, you might want to check out our group, Creating With You Exclusively. And we'd love to have you in our crafty community over there as well. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. You have a wonderful day. Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. It does help me out here in the YouTube community. Take care. Bye-bye.